Hello guys, today I want to talk about feature selection. And what is feature selection? At its name, feature selection is to select a feature that you want to include to the model. So for example, you have many features. For example, you have 1000 feature, and you know the more you have the feature, the more. For example, if you have a neural network, you need to have a more layer and neuron to process all of them and to catch all the pattern in that feature. Also, if you have a more layer and neuron, the computation will be more heavier. You want to select only the important features, so the computation will be not too heavy. Also, there's a thing called cost of dimensionality. If you want to know about it, just Google it. Okay. Now, usually, when we talk about feature selection, we have three of these algorithm. People usually use these three: correlation, feature importance, and permutation importance. Actually, for the feature importance and permutation importance, that's in my opinion, that's they are similar. And for this correlation is the most simple among them. So correlation is, I think, is the feature selection for linear problem. So if you don't know about the correlation, I will explain it first. Okay. Okay, correlation is like this. For example, you have one feature and a target or label. The feature in the X and the target or label in Y. So, if we want to, for example, when we plot the feature and the label in the scatter plot, for example, it will become like this. And because the pattern of the scatter plot is like this, we can draw a straight line like this. Okay, just pretend this is this line in the middle of this scatter plot. Okay, and we can represent their correlation between X and Y like this. So this is called positive correlation. I don't know the magnitude of this correlation. Also, there is a correlation like this. The point, for example, is like this. And if we draw a line, it will be like this. And this is called negative correlation. And also, there is a, if we draw a straight line, it will be like this, I think. And this is, and the magnitude of this will be near zero. Yeah, the slope of this line is near zero. And yeah, this is for the correlation. Now, how about the feature importance and permutation importance? The reason why I say the feature importance and permutation importance is little similar because how they work is like this. For example, you have a model. So for example, we have a model called, and that model function is called f, and this f have several parameters. Let's call it a, b, and c, and it's equal to y as a target. So how to know that what is more important between a, b, and c? The answer is just to play. We can just play with the parameters. So for example, if we mess up with the a parameter, the value of this function will be not exactly as y, right? It will be introduced to some error. So it will be called, let's call it is error y. The more the bigger of this error, the more important of that parameter. So, for example, For example, this C parameter is not important. If we mess up with this C parameter, the error will be little. On the other hand, A is for example, it's a important parameter. If we mess up with this A, this error will be bigger. Okay, actually that is the explanation for the permutation importance. The formula to determine the feature importance, it's not like this, but it's also mess up with the parameter like this. And in random forest, how they determine the feature importance is through Gini impurity. The detail is not in this video. Okay, let's just discuss it in another time. Now you may be asked why we just don't use the correlation. Correlation is more, I think it's more intuitive. It's more simple and we can get many analysis from this, right? It's not always the answer for the complex data in real world. For example, let's call it this feature X. This feature X, and how the relationship between this feature X with label Y. For example, it depends on the absolute value of X. So if we, for example, if we doing a scatter plot for X, the plot will be something like this. And to represent this relationship, we can just make it one line. We must make two lines like this. And then because we have two lines in here like this, for example in line 1, for example this is line 1 and this is line 2 here. For example in line 1, as you can see here, this is the positive correlation, like, but in line 2 it is negative correlation. So when we determine the correlation, it will be cancel out each other. Their relationship, when we determine it using correlation, it will be equal or near zero. And that's why we cannot we cannot always use correlation for the real world dataset, because real world dataset is so complex. And I think that's all for the theory. Let's do the code. Okay, so in here I already built the test for the feature selection. In here I have for feature importance, correlation, and permutation importance. Okay, first here in the first few lines I just import the necessary module, and in here I generate dummy data for feature 1, feature 2, and feature 3. And as you can see here, I generate the label or the target from these three features. And here, as you can see here, for the feature 1, we designed that the relationship between feature 1 and target is absolute value. It's absolute value. And for feature 2, it's positive correlation, and for feature 3, it's negative correlation, because here the coefficient in here is negative, and the coefficient in here is positive, and in here is also positive. But as you can see here, the biggest coefficient we have in here is in the feature 1. So when you see the data like this, it's obvious, right? It's obvious the most important feature in here is feature 1. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that this is what I mentioned earlier, that when we plot the scatter plot for absolute value like this, pattern will be like V like this, as in the whiteboard here. And run again. And as you can see here, this is the target. And yeah, as you can see here, the value of correlation between the target and feature 1 is near 0, or in the correlation it say no correlation. And feature 2, because remember in feature 2 the coefficient is 1, so the plus 1, so the correlation is positive. And in here the coefficient is negative, so the correlation is negative. As you can see here, correlation can catch or how important this feature 1 is. Although in here the coefficient is the biggest, that's for correlation matrix. Let's see in the feature importance. And as you can see here, if we using the feature importance, you see feature 1 is the most biggest. And as you can see here, because the coefficient of feature 3 and feature 2 is same, as you can see their value or the magnitude is similar. And the next for the permutation importance, and here as you can see it's same with the feature importance. The permutation importance detect that feature 1 is the most important feature among the feature 1, feature 2, and feature 3. And as you can see here, same with the feature importance. Permutation importance can detect that the influence of feature 3 and feature 1 is nearly same. I think that's all for the experiment. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that for this experiment to bring the consistent result, your number of sample must be huge. So you can just do it with 10 sample or 100 sample. In this, I'm using 10,000 sample. I think that's all. So that is why the correlation will not always work in the real world dataset. This is why when you doing the machine learning project, when you doing the feature selection, I think you must always prefer using the non-linear feature selection like feature importance or permutation importance.